Okay. Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you and welcome to our show this morning. Thank you for joining and spending your Sunday with us. And I hope none of you are affected by the rain semalam. It was so heavy. It was raining like for the whole 2 days, right? So I hope everyone is safe. Everyone is at home now. Okay, so today, so as you can see my hat, we're having a bit of a Christmas party today. So we have 3 chefs today. One, Hemy, is going to make an upside down cake. And then Lynn will be making a Christmas wreath cookies. And another one, Farah, is going to make a lovely hazelnut hot chocolate for you to enjoy on your Christmas next week lah. Okay, so hello, welcome to our Thermomix cooking show. So before that, I forgot to introduce myself. So my name is Azureen. My name is Azureen. Okay, I'll be your host today. So this is my life before Thermomix lah. I have to use the blender to blend the chili lah, apa semua. I have to use the blender, and then after that, lepas blend, kena move to the wok, and then baru boleh masak kan. So with Thermomix, kat sini lah you blend, kat sini lah you masak. So you only have to wash this one bowl. So and then I'm also working. So usually memang tak ada masa lah nak masak. Every time I balik kerja dah penat, and then the thought of I have to wash so many things, and I have to wash the blender, I have to wash this, I have to wash that. Macam it's so tedious. So I end up just order food from outside. And then, however, when I order food from outside, most of the time it doesn't taste good lah, macam tak sedap. And then sometimes pernah juga dapat food yang dah bau macam funny lah, so we don't eat it. And then it triggers my husband punya allergies sebab we don't know what's the ingredients in it kan. And now I have a baby, so macam we have to take care of our food lah. And then lots to wash, allergy tolerance, and don't know how to cook and don't know what to cook. Kadang-kadang macam we end up cooking the same dishes every week sebab tak ada idea. So with Thermomix, there are 76,000 recipe now in Cooking itself. And then in our WhatsApp group pun, we always share recipes, and then macam-macam lah, banyak sangat lah recipes, and then we always share what we cook today. So macam if you don't have any idea what to cook for the next week, you boleh just go to the WhatsApp group atau Telegram group that we have. So you macam boleh okay lah, I nak try this one lah. Oh, this one looks good, so I try this one lah. And you can just directly plan your whole week. Okay, so what is your passion? Can you type in the chat? What is your passion about cooking? Okay, so sorry. So with Thermomix, it's easy, it's healthy, sebab you know the ingredients you put in, and then the temperature you can maintain. You won't cook your food at a higher temperature that will kill the nutrients. So and then it's easy lah. So anyone who can read dah boleh masak with Thermomix. Okay, and then happy family together when eating. So actually this is my passion lah. Like having a family together, eat the things that I cook. So macam I've never cooked before kahwin, and then lepas kahwin, I belajar masak sendiri lah. And then it always macam trigger an anxiety, macam betul kan masak ni sedap ke, will my husband like it kan. So with Thermomix, sekarang I masak-masak tak payah taste dah, memang I know it will be so good lah. So Thermomix has helped me a lot. Okay, I boleh readykan my daughter punya food, I boleh readykan my husband punya breakfast. So macam it's so easy. Okay, and then a bit of background about Thermomix. So it came from a German company called Warwick. It has been in the business, Wreath has been in business for 135 years macam itulah, dah lama. But they started making a blender in 1961 and then added an heating element 10 years later. And then after that, they evolved to TM31, TM5, and then now the latest is TM6. This one lah. TM6 entered Malaysia at the end of 2019 macam tu. So it's very new. And then because this is the first one yang ada built-in Wi-Fi, and then it will auto update itself. So we foresee that this is going to be a very long product lah. They won't like come up with a new TM7 in the near future pun. Sebab everything they can just update here, you know. So the latest one is the peeler mode. So you can peel your potatoes, you can peel your carrots, but you have to use an accessories lah. So that's it lah. You just have to use the you just have to buy an extra accessories that you can use with your Thermomix. So bila you beli ni, it's going to be a very long time investment and you can use this for many years, okay? And then I will tell you a bit about kalau you beli Thermomix, what will you get in your box lah. So it's actually this whole thing. This is called a Aroma Set. It comes in 3 pieces. So this one is the lid. You can also use this as to tapis bawah ni sebab there's a hole in the aroma dish. Okay, so your water will drip lah. And then the other one is a aroma tray. And then bawah ni is a aroma dish. So you can other than steaming, this you can use on top of this for steaming. Other than that, you could also like boil your pasta inside the mixing bowl, and then you use this as a strainer. So you can just strain your pasta in here lah. So most of the Thermomix punya accessories is multifunctional. You can use it for other ways. So kalau you ada all of these accessories, you don't need to buy another strainer, you need coriander apa semua lah. You can just use this. So your dapur tak adalah macam banyak-banyak sangat all these accessories lah kan. So you tak tahu nak letak mana. And then next this is the lid. Usually kalau recipe akan cakap place your measuring cup. So maksudnya you have to put in the lid and then put in the measuring cup on top. Okay, so measuring cup ni pun ada label lah 50 ml and 100 ml, so you can measure your liquid inside here. And then other than that, they also have a simmering basket. So basically you can make your nasi, you masak nasi, boil your potatoes, boil your pasta, yang macaroni semua dalam ni semua boleh. Okay, and then you just put inside here. Kalau masak nasi, you can also use this to wash your beras. Letak beras, basuh, beras tu takkan jatuh pun. So you just basuh the beras, then put inside here, put water, and then masak nasi for 18 minutes sahaja. And then you can use your spatula to take out the simmering basket because it's hot kan. So you can take out like this. And then air kanji, air gula from the nasi semua akan jatuh kat bawah. So you will get a low GI rice. So you don't even need to buy a low GI beras lah. Low GI beras mahal kan. A normal beras will do. Okay. And then next, other accessories, the macam yang tunjuk tadi, this is the spatula. You can use it to scrape down the sides. So it's very macam, it's not tajam, tapi bila you scrape down the sides kan memang semua terus jatuh. And then you could also use this to cut your dough. Kalau ada baking mat tu, kalau you use pisau, nanti baking mat you akan koyak lah kan. So you can use this to cut your dough. And then other than that, bila you masak pun sometimes you can, bila you put on the lid, when you put this one, dia ada penahan ni. So you can, dia boleh kacau lah the food apa semua. And the other best part is when you put it on the table, it won't fall off and it won't hit the table as well. Sebab dia macam, this one will prevent it from hitting the table lah. So very hygienic kan. Alright. And then the other accessories is the butterfly whisk. So this butterfly whisk, you can use it to whip your eggs, with your with your white eggs apa semua, and then you just put it. Sorry. Sorry. So you can just put it behind the highest part of the blade, behind the blunt side. So macam tu je, just put it like that. Okay, and then you can whip your eggs, whip your whipped cream, of course. You can also use this to cook ikan kalau macam takut dia fragile kan, so you can put here and then put ikan on the slot and dia boleh kacau the ikan for you lah. The other one is splash guard. So this is usually used for high temperature cooking. So kalau you masak ikan bilis ke apa, so you can goreng ikan bilis in here, and then you will see place your splash guard here. So nanti dia akan lock the lid with the splash guard. So tak adalah minyak terpercik-percik ke kan. So you can also cook with your young children kalau yang jenis suka kalau yang jenis suka berdukung ke kan, you can cook with your young children sebab minyak tak ada terpercik-percik semua. Okay. And then the other one is the mixing bowl itself lah. So you can open the mixing bowl untuk cuci semua. So you just need to push this. Then you can take out the blade. So you boleh cuci lah, cuci elok-elok kan. And then nak pasang, just put in the blade. And then put the base in, just tolak balik dalam tu. Okay, dah senang je. So mixing bowl ni, the capacity is 2.2 liter. You can even put one whole chicken inside. And then boleh masak up to 6 to 8 person pun boleh makan. Okay, so it's actually quite big. Nampak je kecil. And then of course it comes with this base unit. Kat sini you boleh search cookie dough here, atau you can search it on your phone. And then this is the front face lah. Ada time, temperature and speed. Where kalau you masak manual, you can just set it here. And then also it comes with all this mode lah. Scale mode, dough mode, turbo mode, pre-clean mode, which is everyone's favorite. Macam-macam mode lagi lah. And also you have this basic cookbook. Dalam basic cookbook ni, they also tell you kalau you nak masak manual cooking, you nak convert your own recipe kan. They tell you kalau nak saute, what temperature, nak masak itu, masak ini, what temperature, semua ada dekat dalam ni. So you can go through your book lah. It also comes with a few recipes yang ada inside this Thermomix juga. Okay. So yeah, okay. Lastly, so Thermomix can replace all these appliances for you lah. It also has a sous vide cooker. Sous vide machine ni itself costs about 1,500 to 2,000 macam tu. So that only dah 2,000. You can also replace a hand mixer, a blender of course, a butter maker, food processor, coffee grinder. So if you have a coffee machine without a grinder, you can use this to grind your coffee beans. Okay, and then stand up mixer. So mixer itself pun dah besar kan. Imagine if you have all these appliances, kat mana you nak letak dekat kitchen you. So with Thermomix, it can replace all this. Even your rice cooker, your baby food maker, a kettle, macam-macam lah. You can replace all these appliances in just this one machine. So kalau kat kitchen counter you penuh with all these appliances kan, just take all that out and replace with this one machine. So ada satu machine je atas counter you. Macam cantik. And then you have all this extra space for you to do your work lah. Boleh cut semua so easily, right? And also look at the sleek design, very pretty, right? Okay, so I don't want to talk further. Nanti I will continue afterwards. But now I would like to pass to Hemy. She will start showing you how to make an upside down cake. Okay, thank you. Hemy, can you unmute yourself?
Hi everyone. I'm Hemy. Before I start, I would like to say what do you call that? I would like to say a prayer for. I mean, my thoughts and prayers goes out to those who were affected by the flood last night, including there are many of my friends and family who were also affected, especially some young got stuck in the car, and then other young small children, they were staying upstairs, tak ada makanan and all that. I hope the weather will be better and we can not much of damage is done lah. So I really hope and I pray that everything goes well for all of you lah. Okay. So with Christmas is around the corner, so today I'm actually making peach and plum upside down cake. So traditionally peach and plum traditionally upside down cakes are made with pineapple. So that's the American pineapple upside down cake. Otherwise, in the 1880s, this apple pie that was accidentally baked upside down by these two sisters eventually went on to be a signature dish in a hotel. It's called tartan. I'm not very good with French, so it is a very, very popular dish. And then you also have the Brazilian and Portuguese bole de ananas. Ananas is for pumpkin, pineapple. So that is also another pineapple upside down cake. So today we are going to make a Christmassy kind of cake. So it's peach and plum. So with Thermomix, all you have to do is touch and start cooking. So you just tap the start button and then you can start cooking. So it's written here, preheat oven to 150 degrees. So if you notice, I'm on my island. This island, before my Thermomix, I had my induction stove, and then dekat bawah is my oven. So I'm just gonna on my oven kejap ya. Kejap je. I'm gonna preheat it to 150 degrees. Okay, and then next up, they asked to grease and line around cake tin with baking paper, which I've already done, and sprinkle about a quarter teaspoon of grated nutmeg. Grated nutmeg is buah pala, so don't use the candied nutmeg lah. This one is you can get it from any bakery shop. And then you add 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. So in a traditional upside down cake, what they do is they would separately make a glaze with sugar and butter, and then put it at the base of the cake tin, and then only they would arrange the fruits on top, any fruits lah for that matter. Okay, and then they asked to arrange fresh plums and peaches. So I've used both versions, fresh peaches and plums, as well as today I'm going to use canned peaches and dried plums, which is actually prunes. So this is how it would look like. I'm not going to tilt. I'll see if I could tilt it. This is how it looks like. Okay. You could actually use any wedge, they call it stone fruits. So that's like peach, apricots, you can use plums, you can use apples, blueberries, pineapples come with cherries and all that, all those beautiful colors lah. Okay, so after arranging that, they asked me to now place into the mixing bowl. This is the mixing bowl, coconut, extra virgin coconut oil. Okay, so if you notice, there is an inbuilt scale for this machine, so you don't miss a bit when you are baking. It's not that you have to separately weigh and then you actually put it into your cake mixer. So with Thermomix, you can weigh as you go along the recipe. Okay, so they want 100 grams or 100 mils of coconut oil. Okay, this smells so good. All right, I've already pre-weighed this. All right, so that's mana ni 100. Right. Next, 1 to 2 sprigs of fresh rosemary. So these are just the leaves. So that's about 2 teaspoons of rosemary. So I'm just going to dump it in. Next, 80 grams of brown sugar. You can actually also use coconut sugar, and that would add to a nice fragrant and different kind of calories actually. Okay, so brown sugar. And then they ask you to insert the measuring cup. So why they always ask you to insert the measuring cup is actually the lid comes with a hole in the middle. It's called the measuring cup because it's got actual measurements on it. So this is how the measuring cup looks like. So you just have to put it in when they ask you to insert, and then these are all preset. So 15 seconds at speed 7. So you just have to use the knob and turn it to speed 7. Even my 5-year-old daughter can do this. You just have to turn the knob. That's my Iron Man arms. So they ask you to remove the lid and scrape down the side. It smells so good. So you just use the spatula and it will scrape it off. It's not even sharp. So what it has done is it has actually mixed it up in 15 seconds. I've made this cake before, and all my daughter did was she just kept dumping into the bowl and turning the knob. That's how easy Thermomix is. Okay. After scraping, they ask to add 2 eggs. So these are room temperature eggs. It's always best to use room temperature eggs. And most of the time it's medium-sized eggs. Okay. One teaspoon of natural vanilla. You could use vanilla extract or vanilla essence. You can even use your vanilla pods, 1 teaspoon. Uh, 100 grams of milk. Okay. For those who are dairy intolerant or don't want to use any dairy, you can actually use almond milk in this recipe. I didn't tear, but I've already pre-weighed the milk. They ask you to close now. You just have to follow. 10 seconds, speed 5. So scrape down the sides again. Next, 200 grams of wholemeal spelt flour. Okay, hold that thought. I will talk about spelt flour in a while. So this is pre-weighed 200 grams. Nom nom. Next, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Baking powder, 2 teaspoons. Half a teaspoon soda bicarbonate. Insert the measuring cup. Ten seconds, speed 4. So you could prolong time if necessary. So I'm going to prolong the time because I'm going to scrape down the sides. So this is how it looks like. I'll show you. This is how it looks like. So if you notice, you just made a cake batter in less than a minute. Okay, so next, spoon the mixture over the fruits. So my oven is already ready actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon it. I hope you can see. I think this one can see. Nampak tak? Okay. Okay. And bake for 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, we're good. Okay, so since I have about, I think give me about 10 minutes to just talk a bit about Thermomix. Can you all see me? Should I come nearer? All right. So since I've already placed it in the oven, okay. So basically, Thermomix is like your tablet with a Wi-Fi. So Cookido just now is our recipe platform. So like what Azureen mentioned, we have about 76,000 recipes and counting. Why I say counting is because this machine gets updated over the air. So when I first purchased it, it was about 74,000, and then now it is 76,000. So every day there's actually updates. Recipes that would be included, not every day, now and then that recipes would be included all over the world. Okay, so the recipes, they have preset time, temperature, and speed, like how you saw just now. So it's like 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, everything is already preset. So no matter who bakes or when you bake it, you want to bake it during the day when it's raining outside and all that, it doesn't, the taste will always be consistent. So I've made this a couple of times. The only things I've changed is the kind of fruits I have used, but it has always turned out consistent. Okay, now it is Cookido is actually also your, what I mean by Cookido is Cookido is also your meal planning tool. It acts as a meal planning tool because this tool that you can also access through your phone or your tablet or your laptop and the machine at the same time. What you can do is you can actually meal prep 1 month in advance, and then you can generate a grocery list, and then because you can open it in your phone, so with that grocery list you are able to go and do your grocery shopping. You know, it will actually ease. And then if you are not going and you want to send your husband or your wife, for that matter, who wants to go for shopping, you can actually WhatsApp, because it is directly linked. You can share it with your spouse to go and do the grocery list for you. Okay, so it makes Cookido makes it so much easier to actually like meal prep. Like for me, I already know for Christmas Day what I'm supposed to do, what I want to cook for breakfast, for lunch, and what kind of cookies I want to make and all that. I've already pre-planned it since last week. So basically, there are actually 2 ways to cook with Thermomix. One is with the cookie dough, like what you saw just now, that is with a little help. Otherwise, you can actually do it manually. So this is, you can actually cook it on your own. But no matter how you choose to do it, the power is in your hands. You can actually maintain the taste and be confident about being creative and trying out new recipes that you would otherwise not do. Okay, so speaking about being creative and making things from scratch, Spelt Flour, I think I had mentioned earlier that this recipe calls for Spelt Flour, is something that I never knew it existed. For me, baking mix is wheat flour. I only came across this because of the cookie dough recipe. So I googled a little bit to check out what spelt flour is actually is. So spelt is famous in Germany, Austria, and some parts of Poland. They make their bread and buns and pastries and all that with this flour. So if you notice here, it's written made in product of Germany. I bought this at Bakery Yen. It's actually a whole grain, but it is not. It's non-wheat. It's not wheat, so it's got fewer calories and with a higher percentage of protein. So if you eat the cake, it doesn't feel dense. It's not heavy. It's a very light, airy kind of cake. And then it's got a slightly nutty, sweet flavor to it. So if you combine with the coconut oil and with the fruits, it makes a very delightful tasting cake. Okay, so what else am I supposed to talk about? Thermomix, I mean, apart from Cookie Do, the recipe platform and manual cooking, we also have this thing called feature mode cooking. I mean, feature modes. Like what Azureen mentioned, it has 24 other functions. So one of it is called the turbo mode. So turbo mode is where the mixing bowl, the machine will show you how powerful the motor is together with its mixing knife. It is able to mill or grind rock sugar within 4 seconds into fine powder. So that is like at 10,700 RPM. So if you convert, because of the diameter of the radius of the knife, it's like driving a fast car at 250 kilometers per hour. That is how fast it is. Okay, so after milling or grinding that rock sugar, if you were to add in unpeeled lemon, you just dump it in without peeling it. The machine then acts as a juicer, and then in 2 seconds later, it becomes lemonade. So you get like a jug of lemonade in 6 seconds tops. That is how powerful this machine is. And then it also has, like we made cake today, it also has this kneading dough function. We call it dough. It's written here, dough function. So the dough function is where kneading is done. It's done in like how a professional baker would do. So it goes like 5 times clockwise and 1 time anti-clockwise. So you imagine if a professional baker, they have to constantly do that to get a consistent kind of say baguettes or breads and all that. So with Thermomix, you don't even have to get your hands dirty. So I'm 37 years old. Because of Thermomix, I have made my own loaf of bread. And I make like once, twice, 3 times even, because my husband simply loves it. He's like a weekend husband. He works outstation. So every weekend, I would just make a loaf of bread, and then he takes it with him on Mondays, so that he has it for the whole week, to touch with his curries, or he would just put some bread and peanut butter and toast it and eat it. And the good part is, because it is so light, you don't feel heavy. It doesn't have any preservatives. It is just 4 ingredients. It's just milk, eggs, yeast, and bread flour. And you would know that you are actually consuming food. I would know that I'm preparing food that is nutritious and healthy for my family. Okay, so after baking and kneading, what we all fear, not to say fear, but what we all dread is actually cleaning. So in Thermomix, we have this pre-clean mode. So in the pre-clean mode, if you notice, in the pre-clean mode, you have several options. So say I actually needed dough for bread. So if I were to put it in dough, it would actually clean all those bits and pieces between the knife, which otherwise, if we were to make it in a conventional mixer, we would, submerge it in hot water, and then we will leave it for like half an hour, and then we would like scrub and use all kinds of things to actually scrub it. You don't need that. For pre-clean mode, all you have to do is fill it up to 1 liter of water. There's already a measurement inside. Azureen mentioned the jug is 2.2 liters, so there is a measurement for 1 liter. You put in 1 liter of piped water. You put 1 drop of liquid detergent, and you just press the dough mode, and it cleans for you. All you have to do is throw out the water, give it a final rinse, and you're good to go. Okay, so for me is with Thermomix, I get freedom in the kitchen. You know, I get to bake, I get to cook, and I get to be creative. So I know with Thermomix, I'm capable of anything, including baking with spelt flour, which I can tell you, I wouldn't even have looked at it in the bakery shops otherwise. You know, I would have just stick to my banana bread, banana cakes, or chocolate cakes, or at most, I think I've done maybe marble cake was my most adventurous kind of cakes, because I am no baker, you know. I feel like I am able to do so many things, and I get to experiment and know for a fact that it is it is going to turn out really, really nice. So with that, I'm going to pass to Lynn, our next chef, and then I will come back to you with how the cake looks like at the end of the show. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, guys. Thank you, Hemy, for the wonderful demonstration earlier. I think Hemy just demonstrated how we can be so efficient in the kitchen. Especially I'm myself also, I'm a mother. Being a busy mom, I can totally understand, you know, time is a luxury. So if you have the luxury to spend 2 or 3 hours in the kitchen just to cook one meal, then it's good for you. But I don't have that kind of luxury. So after knowing Thermomix, this is my lifesaver. And like many of the advisors today that will be presenting to you, we love our Thermomix so much. And we have been sharing this with our friends and family around how wonderful this machine is. So I will be showing you a cookie recipe today. This is my own recipe. Hemy demonstrated a cookie dough recipe earlier, where you just pull out the recipe from cookie dough and you just follow exactly what it tells you to do. But for me, because this is my personal recipe, so it's manual way of using your Thermomix to bake or to cook. Now, the wonderful thing about Thermomix now is you can now create your own recipe on cookie dough and save it and use it again and again and again. So how wonderful is that? So when I first purchased my Thermomix, that function wasn't available yet, and now recently this function of allowing users to create and add and save our own recipes on cookie dough is now available. So it is wonderful. I think many of our users has been requesting for that features for a long time, and now we finally have that feature. So it's great. So let me straight away begin. This is a very simple recipe with only a handful of ingredients. So what I have here is butter. If you want the recipe later, you can get it from the advisors who invited you to our show today. So since it's a Christmas, we are doing a Christmas theme here. Why is it called a Christmas wreath cookie? Is because I'm gonna pipe it into looking like a wreath, where we hang it at our door during Christmas, you know, that says Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Yeah, so that's how it works. Now, in goes the butter. And here I have powdered sugar. Also all dump it in. Now, Hemy mentioned earlier, baking with Thermomix, you don't need to pre-weigh all the ingredients. Like myself, because we are also doing a demo today to make things faster, we are pre-weighing everything. But if you're at home, then my tepung, my gula, everything is in the Tupperware. I'm sure most of you are too. So usually when I bake, I just take out everything from the Tupperware and just use a spoon and scoop everything in. That's it. Now, what's the good thing about it is, one, you have less things to wash. So now, like imagine this is a traditional way, I have to pre-weigh everything. I have a weighing scale, I have my mixer all around. By the end of my baking, I have all of this to wash. And you all know, kalau siapa yang suka bake kan, if you bake with butter, oh my God, it is a nightmare to clean. Unless you have time to boil warm water or hot water to clean it with detergent. Otherwise, it's a nightmare. So before Thermomix, I don't like to bake because I don't like cleaning up all of this kind. So unless you have a very nice, very sweet, very helpful husband to help you wash after you bake or cook, then that's wonderful, kan? So butter, especially butter on plastics. Oh my God, it's really a nightmare to wash. I don't know how many rounds I have to wash and with a lot of detergent to make sure I get all the butter off my plastic. So it is a nightmare. But now with Thermomix, it's wonderful. So now, before I go around dabbling more, I better start mixing my butter before it gets too soft. Now, I am going to blend this at 3.5 speed just to get the butter and the sugar all mixed up and get it fluffy. For around, because this is a manual way, you can actually just eyeball it how fluffy it gets already, depending on how soft your butter is, but it has to be room temperature. So let's go 3.5. You see, I'm actually leaving the cover open because the ingredient wasn't a lot, so I can actually look inside on how it's going. Now I can see my butter and sugar has already been mixing very well. With the measuring cup off, I can slowly pour in this is whipping cream. Just get it going in. And I can see that it's blending up really well. It's getting fluffier and fluffier, which is what I want for this recipe. Okay, that's great. Now, traditionally, if you bake with a small amount of ingredients, you usually don't use the huge mixer. If you have a handheld blender, you would use that. But for Thermomix, because the way the mixing bowl is designed, we can even just cook or bake a small amount of ingredient, right? So that's why I love it so much. And it cleans for you, like what Hemy said just now. Because I have butter in here, can you hear the sound? The ting, ting, ting is calling me. That means it's done. So you got to attend to your machine. So Hemy mentioned earlier about the pre-clean function. Why is it one of the best functions that all of us love is because, like I mentioned earlier, butter kan, as the mixer bowl, your Thermomix pre-cleaning itself, it also rises the temperature. So as the temperature rises, if I have butter inside, senang saja, I tell you, by the time the pre-clean is done, when I open it, you will see like a layer of nice fluffy foam. That's when you know your bowl is already nicely clean for you. All you do is just pour it off and give it a good rinse, and that's it. You can wipe dry and then leave it overnight to dry. It's up to you. So it's very, very easy. Now I have my butter, my sugar, and my whipping cream all mixed up. Just let me quickly show you how it looks like. Hope it's clear. See, it's really nice and fluffy. And now, this is low protein flour or cake flour. Usually, if you bake it over, your normal handheld mixer or whatever it is, you have to pre-sieve. You have to sieve the flour, okay, so that it doesn't clump up when you bake in your cookies. But today, I'm not going to do that because I don't have to. Using a Thermomix, I don't need to. I just chop everything in. That's it. And then I give it a good mix again. And our cookies is ready to be baked. So now I am going to go on the speed 3.5 again. And I can take a peek if I want to. I cover it up with the measuring cup because the flour is mixing and I don't want it to go messy everywhere. But now it's mixing for a while. I can take a peek to make sure everything is well blended, And as soon as you add the flour in and you mix it in, it will turn pale. sort of pale yellow, a bit of a beige color, and that is what you want. That's it, just for a while. And your cookie dough is done. That's it. How simple is that? Now, if any of you who likes to bake here today, type in the chat box and let us know. And tell us what is your challenge or struggle usually when it comes to baking for you. For me, it's because I'm not a very good baker. I tak pandai lah kan. I sometimes just ikut recipe from a friend, from my auntie or anybody. But, you know, sometimes tak jadi, you know, because her mixer and my mixer is different last time. And I tell you what, last time kan, because I gung-ho tau. For those who bake, you know the brand KitchenAid mixer. If you know the brand, type yes in the chat box. I want to know. Last time I gung-ho because I like the brand so much, so beautiful, all kinds of colors, pink, orange, blue, any colors there is, right? And I just want to buy every color, but however, my pocket doesn't allow me to do so. I don't have that thick wallet, right? So one day I saw a sale for that mixer. Oh, I tell you, how much did I pay for? 3,500 ringgit. Yes, 3,500 ringgit. And I thought it was a good deal. So I bought it. And you guess how many times I actually use it? I have had that mixer for 5 years now before I sold that and buy my Thermomix. I bought that mixer. Oh, I was very excited lah kan. Oh, kata today I nak make bread, tomorrow I nak make cake, and then I will make this and I make that. Like I told you just now, I'm not a great baker. I tak pandai pun. So I asked a recipe, I Google recipe online and everything. But sometimes it doesn't turn out well. My cake fail, my roti. I swear to God, honestly, I use my mixer to bake bread. Tak pernah pun sekali jadi. Tak pernah. I don't know what went wrong. I knead the dough for almost half an hour. Still tak jadi. I check my yeast. I make sure it's the new one. I make sure my ingredients are all fresh, but never jadi. So, well, since then, after 5 times of using my 3,500 ringgit punya KitchenAid mixer, yang warna bright pink tu, I was so proud I bought that, right? I asked my friends to come over my house, you know, I want to show off my KitchenAid lah kan. After 5 times of usage, that's it. I leave it in my yard. I live in a condo. I leave it in my yard for, I don't know, God knows how many years, and I never touch it. Never touch it at all. And after that, it become dusty. I also, I put malas, want to clean the mixing bowl and the whole body because it's still bright pink lah. I thought it's clean kan. And that's it. I leave it there for 5 years until someone, one of my college sister's friend, Zaza, I don't know if you are here today, she introduced me to Thermomix. And then I attended many demos. I was skeptical. I was like, apa ni? How much? 6,988. My husband was like, buy lah. You cook until every day. You so mangchang, you know, so bad temper. You scold me every day. You know, because I'm a mom, I have to take care of my daughter. I have to work, then I have to cook. MCO lagi kan, and my daughter is at home every single day. I have to cook every single day. That was trouble for me, right? But yeah, I know, so funny. I tried to be like, it's my first time doing demo with so many of you, so I want to be, you know, as informal as possible. Anyway, I'm babbling too much already. Anyway, yeah. So the moral of the story is I regretted buying the KitchenAid. I know it's beautiful. I know I tried to show off in my kitchen, but it didn't work out for me. So before getting Thermomix, I sold my mixer, I sold my blender, I sold my juicer, I sold everything that I have never used in my kitchen, and I used that fund to fund my Thermomix. You can do it too if you're considering today whether or not you want to buy a Thermomix. I can honestly guarantee and recommend it to you. From my own personal experience, you get it. You will never regret it. So now, look at my cookie dough. It's wonderful. Now I'm going to show you a trick that I personally use when I want to transfer my dough to the piping bag. I have a plastic piping bag here. Oops, sorry. Now, what I usually do is I will put this by the side like this because sometimes standing up it may be quite difficult for you to scoop it out. So I'll place my bowl with a clean kitchen towel. I'll place it like this, make sure it doesn't fall. And then I'll scoop this way. I don't know if you can see. I'll scoop this way out. And it's easier for me. Then you put it in the piping bag. Yeah. If you have young kids at home who likes to bake with you, cook with you in the kitchen, you can also get them to do this with you in the kitchen because it's really fun for them. My daughter, she is 3 years old. Before Thermomix, because I use a fire stove. And before Thermomix, I would never allow her in the kitchen with me when I'm cooking. Because if she comes in the kitchen with me, she wants to go near the fire, I get nervous. She gets nervous, then accidents may happen, right? But with Thermomix now, every day when I cook, she will come in the kitchen. She will say, Mama, can I cook with you? I will say, sure, join me. And I'll let her put in the ingredients. I'll let her touch the screen and turn the knob, anything she wants to do. Because I know Thermomix is safe. If you don't place the cover correctly, when your mixing bowl is there, it will not activate the machine. So it will not start at all. So that's safe for kids. Even though they are playing with the buttons or touching the screen, you know that you're not gonna accidentally start the machine and get the blade going. So that's safe. So now I have this in the piping bag. Just give it a good shake. You can scrape it down if you want to. I think this recipe can easily make about more than 10, 20, depending on the size of the cookie that you pipe. So as I go on with this piping, I'm going to pipe a few and I'll show you how it looks like. I want to talk a bit about the temperature of Thermomix cooking. So Thermomix, if anybody of you here can just share in the chat box, do you know what is the lowest temperature of Thermomix? Just type in a chat, don't be shy. We are here to, attend the demo and find out about Thermomix and whether or not is it suitable for you or not, whether or not you like it. Just type in a chat. What is the lowest temperature of Thermomix? 37, that's correct. Now, why 37 degrees? 37 degrees, we all know, it is room temperature. It is great for those of us who wants to bake, especially with yeast. Now, when I bake bread with Thermomix, I will always, some of the recipes will ask you to activate the yeast first, which is perfect because at room temperature 37, it is exactly the temperature that a yeast will rise very well and be activated. So sometimes when you live in a room temperature or you agak-agak, you try to use warm water, but if it's a little bit too high, you will kill the yeast. Instantly, the yeast will die. And I never know. When the first time I was making my bread with my hebat punya kitchen mixer too, I didn't know. Online recipes says use warm water to activate the yeast kan. I use warm water lah, and then at the end my yeast all died. I didn't even know, and I keep blaming the recipes. I say ini bodoh punya recipes, tak jadi pun. No matter how many times I tried, tak jadi. It's because I killed the yeast. But with Thermomix, because it's 37 degrees, the yeast is perfectly activated. And also Thermomix uses low temperature cooking. You can actually decide, but the benefit of cooking with low temperature is, as many of us today are very health conscious, and we know with low temperature cooking, it preserves the nutrient, it preserves the nutritious of the ingredients that you have. So for some mothers, if any of you likes to buy organic ingredients, type yes if you like to buy organic ingredients. Sometimes I do, depending on the type of ingredients I want. I buy organic. I try to buy organic broccolis, Some of these, because I know if they have too much pesticides, I will usually go for organic. So the wonder about using low temperature cooking with Thermomix is, if you buy expensive ingredients, you know that the food after you cook, the nutrient is still there. If not, bazir lah, kan, you bazir your duit, you bazir your time, you buy all the expensive ingredients and then you cook over super high heat, that's it. The nutrients are all gone. If you have young kids, you want to make puree for them, and you buy really expensive sweet potatoes, all those vegetables, and you cook it the wrong way, it's might as well you don't buy the expensive ingredients, because you literally just wasted the ingredient. So with Thermomix, because it uses precise temperature, my thing keep falling off. Okay, it uses precise temperature and low temperature, and you are rest assured that the nutrient is preserved. So, but at the other hand, Thermomix also has high temperature cooking. Now, high temperature cooking is good for if you want to sear a beef. My personal favorite, one of my personal favorite recipes is kampiong prawns. Oh my God. Prawns, you know, if you sear it on high heat with the shell on, you get the fragrance that no other protein can give you. Prawns, especially with the shell, when it touches high temperature, the fragrance is so good. So with Thermomix, you were thinking, this mixing bowl, can I sear things or not? You know, because of the size, it can. It has high temperature options available. And if you like to make lollipops for your kids, caramel popcorn, everything, this wonderful machine can do it all for you. So it is versatile, and it's just really smart. From out of so many machines that I have, this is one of the smartest machines I ever owned in my kitchen. I don't want to show you my kitchen today, but I live in a condo, so I only have a very, very small space of kitchen for me. And the downside is I don't get a lot of counter space. So now, after owning a Thermomix, I have a lot more counter space that I never had before. All those are flexible for me to use. So, okay, now let me show you the cookies that I've piped. I actually piped them in rather small shape so that it's easier for me to handle later. I don't know if you can see, it looks like like a flower ring or wreath, they call it. Okay, I'm gonna bake this for around 15 minutes, depending on your oven, at 160 temperature, 160 degrees. And after this, I'm gonna come back and show you how it looks like and how we're gonna decorate the cookies. That is a fun part. I actually did one batch about 2 days ago with my daughter. I let her mind, whatever way she wants to decorate. She says she wants, I don't know, Elsa style, upper style, I don't care. But as long as she gets to have fun with me, she gets to enjoy creating memories with me. Now, I am all about homemade food. I don't know about y'all, but I am all about homemade food. I grew up eating my mother's food, and the memories of my mother's best dishes, it's there. So for me now, I also want to have that kind of bonding with my daughter. So with Thermomix, I know I can do it anytime, any dish with her, because it's safe, and she gets to do all this, experiment. Because she's a toddler, kan? So she finds it fun. She thinks, I'm very kaya, I can do this, I'm very strong. Mama, look, I can do this. So she feels very proud. So let them experiment, let them do it in a safe environment, and together, you guys create memories, who knows, because she grow up next time, she said, Mom, I remember the last time we did these cookies together, or we make this dish together. So it's all about fun for them. So, okay, I don't want to babble too long. I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm going to pass the screen to Farah. Farah is going to show you another wonderful drink. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Lynn. All right, so just now Hemy already baked a cake, and Lynn also already baked cookies. Now we have a drink. So during Christmas, normally not kita lah, I do not celebrate Christmas, but normally they make a hot chocolate during the festive season. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna start my hazelnut hot chocolate. I'm gonna preparing a very delicious Wreath, especially for the kids lah. I've prepared this earlier for my kids and they love it. So it's very simple simple recipe, sangat simple. Actually, it takes about I think 6 minutes to prepare this. Actually, I'm gonna use the hazelnut milk, and I've prepared this earlier because you have to soak the hazelnut in the water for about 1 hour before you blend. Actually, this one I soak for 1 hour and then I blend it for about 2 minutes, and then you get this one. 2 minutes. Imagine kalau you beli kat supermarket, normally I selalu juga beli hazelnut milk ni dekat Jaya Grocer or whatever. It costs you around 17. Normally it's quite expensive, isn't it? I rasa selalu yang health conscious ni, diorang selalu beli hazelnut milk ni, namanya mahal kan. So with Thermomix you can make it with your own, by your own kat rumah. Sangat cepat, sangat healthy, and then no preservative added. Okay, so I'm gonna start my recipe for today. So my recipe dalam cookie tu dah siap-siap dah. So I just gonna start cooking. It says that I need to prepare the hazelnut milk, which is I already prepared earlier. So I'm gonna skip this step. I'm gonna straight away to the next step. Okay, the first ingredients was of course lah the chocolate. And then what's the best thing about home prepared meal is you can choose your own ingredients. Macam kalau setengah orang kan macam dia allergic to some certain ingredient, you can choose the ingredients to your likings. Macam I pilih yang banyak koko sikit, more healthy kan, healthier. So I'm gonna put around 300 grams of dark chocolate. Actually, I've already pre-weighed these ingredients, but as you all know, the Thermomix is with the inside scale, so you don't have to use another scale to weigh your ingredients. So I'm going to put this in 300. The next 500 grams of agave syrup. If you don't have this syrup, you can use substitute honey or maple syrup. 50 grams of it. All right, next, what else? The hazelnut milk. So just 3 ingredients. Then you're gonna have a very wonderful chocolate, hot chocolate. Right, this one needs about 1 liter. So it says here, insert the measuring cup into the mixing bowl. Okay. I'm gonna turn this on to speed 1 to 6 minutes. The temperature is 90 degrees. So you see here, it's not 100 Celsius. Normally, kalau kita masak atas stove boiling water, normally the water will boil up to around 100 degrees, right? So with Thermomix, you can control your temperature according to your likings. Normally drinks, we don't use 100 Celsius actually. And I just happen to know this once I own my Thermomix. Normally I guna semua 100 degrees. Akan lebih kot I rasa. Bila kita masak atau air yang whole semua tu, kita tekan kita tak tahu berapa the exact temperature, isn't it? Can on this one recipe can make around 8 to 6 glasses of hot chocolate. Just imagine how many you can save by making your own hot chocolate at home. Ni kan hujan-hujan, I think this one memang kalau you rasa malam-malam you nak buat hot chocolate instantly, within 6 minutes your hot chocolate is ready. Please type in the chat box siapa suka minum hot chocolate ni. Kalau I kalau I pergi dekat cafe ke secret recipe, I akan order hot chocolate for my kid. Yes. Then how much it costs you actually? I think minimum around 12-15 ringgit, right? So with Thermomix, you can make your own recipe. Starbucks blah blah, yes, memang, yes it is. I know it costs you more than what I prepared for today. Right. So now I'm gonna heat this for 4 minutes. While waiting for the chocolate to be melted, I'm gonna talk about the 3 layers of method. Okay, with the actually when I first started, why I get my Thermomix is because I am so stressful preparing the meal for the kids during the PPR. So I need something that can solve my problem. I nak something yang cepat. I nak healthy sebab I nak anak I makan, tapi at the same time I tak nak order luar macam ni sebab I tak ada masa. So the thing is I cari, I make the research before I buy, and then I come out dengan I jumpa lah satu IG yang pasal Thermomix ni. So dia tunjuk how to cook the 3-layer dish. So this is what we call the Aroma Set. So the first week I dapat my Thermomix, yes, I terus masak 3 layers. I masak my rice here, the low GI rice. I put the rice inside here. Dekat tengah-tengah ni, I steam the fish, and then atas sekali I steam the veggie. So I get my carbohydrate and the protein and the veggie. 3 meals at once. I dapat siapkan 3 meals dalam masa around 15 to 20 minutes je. So it save you a lot of time. Actually kan, you bukan boleh buat 3 layers, so you can make 4 layers actually. For example, nasi ayam, you can make your nasi ayam, the broth, the soup, you can make it in the bowl. The rice, you can cook the rice inside the simmering basket. And then you can steam your chicken here. And normally I akan steam my veggie lah. Actually, instead of cepat, and then you can make prepare a very healthy meal to your kids, right? Sebab normally, basically, the Thermomix use a very normally the method we use is about steam. If you stir fry, you only gonna use a little bit of oil on this, so it's quite healthy for you. I think we can we have another 1 minute for that to be done. I'm gonna prepare my hot chocolate. I'm gonna pour it into my cup, and I think I'm done with my part. Can I pass to you, Azureen?
Okay, boleh.
Much.
Okay, thank you all our chefs. So you all semua dah tengok kan tadi how easy it is. Nak bake cake pun tak ada sepah-sepah. Everything you just put it in and it will mix for you. And then you can also use your own recipe to make cookies, and it's so easy. And then as Lynn mentioned just now, nak clean butter memang it will be oily everywhere. So kalau dengan Thermomix, you can just use the prickly mode and then it's done. Okay? And then if you're wondering how much is the price, it is actually 7,188, but right now there are 200 ringgit voucher. So the company deduct terus lah. So the price is 6,988, and there are a few options to pay. The first one is through full payment. If you bayar full payment through cash transfer, you will get an extra free gift, which is the thermoserver. So thermoserver ni, if you put your hot food inside, it will stay hot for a long time lah. Dia macam thermos but for food. And also it's very nice. to serve in here, right? Okay, and then next, you can also pay full payment with credit card. You will get an extra cookbook, which is a one-pot wonder. I don't have that with me right now. And then there are also full installment with credit card, but only CIMB, Maybank, Hong Leong, and Public Bank punya credit card sahaja you can use to pay RM229 per month for 24 months. You can choose lah 6 months ke 18 months ke, but the lowest is RM291 per month sahaja. So you punya Grab food order sebulan pun it's more than that, right? Because one time order je pun dah 100, betul tak? So with Thermomix you just pay about RM9 a day je, RM9 plus RM10 max a day sahaja to pay for your Thermomix for 2 years, and then you can use it for a long time. Sebab ada customer yang ada TM5, TM31 yang dah pakai for 10-15 years pun it's still working. Okay? And then the other one, if you don't have credit card, you can also pay a deposit of RM2,988 with cash, atau if you have a friend who has a credit card, you can borrow apa semua lah. So you pay a deposit, and then monthly you can use debit card. So it will just deduct every month RM222 per month for 18 months. So that one, it won't block your card ke apa semua, so it will just charge to your card lah every month. And then you will also get a host gift. So when you invite your friends and family to watch our demo like this one, ataupun you invite your advisor to come to your house to cook for you for your friends, you can get a free gift right now. So kalau you beli Thermomix ni, you will get this one, is a 3 bag. You can put it inside here. You can put it inside here so that macam it will elevate sikit lah. So you can steam your chicken on top. Kalau you terus letak your chicken, you will cover the holes. So this tray bag will help you lah. So it won't cover the holes, so the circulation will be better. You could also place it on the table and place a pot on top lah. So kalau hot pot tu it won't damage your table. And then the other one, you will get 2 types of this reusable baking paper. One is not vented, the other one is vented. I don't have that right now with me. So there will be 24 sheets. It's reusable. It will fit inside your Aroma dish and Aroma tray. And then on top of that, you will also get this 2 types of silicone mold. You can also use this in the oven to bake apa semua. This one, the square one, can fit in here, and then the round one can fit in here. So we steam muffin, and then you can also bake it in the oven. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the last one is a steaming tray. So you boleh steam your ikan ke apa semua dekat dalam ni. It fits perfectly. And then ada tulis Thermomix lagi kat belakang tu. You can see tak? Okay, it's very good quality, berat. So boleh letak kat sini. Okay, so you get 6 free gifts when you purchase your Thermomix now. It's called a Aroma series. Okay. Anyway, any method you purchase, you will get all these free gifts. Okay, so on top of that, you will also get a free delivery, a basic cookbook macam I tunjuk tadi, online recipe community, VIP cooking classes, something like this, atau sometimes we host cooking classes lah, where you can bake along with us. Right now it's usually through Zoom je. Maybe in the future we can find a hall and then host a demo, and then you can come to cook together with us lah. And then a free unboxing service, so your advisors should offer an unboxing service through Zoom pun boleh. And then personal advisor support. So I have customer who bought in March pun still contact me to ask for recipes ke apa semua. So the advisor support will be forever lah. So anytime you need help, you just contact your advisor. Okay, so that price comes with all this extra services lah. Okay, and then you could cook from breakfast to dinner easily. Breakfast, there are so many recipes in here. You could make your own bread the night before, and then pagi tu just toast your bread. Memang Tanzong bread ni bila you toast and then put butter, oh my god, it's so good. Memang kalah lah roti yang you beli at the supermarket tu, okay? And then making mee goreng ni is just less than 20 minutes. It's so fast. Okay, and then dinner you can cook lauk, you can cook ayam, apa semua. It's so easy. And while it's cooking, you can just leave it and attend to your kids atau clean the house ke kan. If you have chores to do, you can just put the items here, masak, and then just leave. It will cook for you. Okay, and life with Thermomix, it will be being family eating together. This is what I like the most lah, sebab I really love family time. I love when all the family eats together. Time tu lah macam kita orang dapat sembang, kita orang dapat cakap while eating, while enjoying our great food kan. So with Thermomix you can eat together. You could also have mother-daughter cooking, mother and son cooking and work together at the same time. Macam Lynn cakap tadi, she will always bring her daughter in the kitchen and then let her daughter cook with her. So ada one Montessori teacher pun cakap it's actually Thermomix is actually very good sebab macam it will promote your infant kids punya macam Lynn cakap tadi lah, it will make them feel so proud. Oh, Mama, look, I can get to do this. Mama, look, I get to cook with you. So you can also get to enjoy family time together. Okay. And then next, you could also good eating. You could also good eating habits with your family. So macam when your daughter, your infant kids cook with you, they know about ingredients apa semua. So bila makan, they will excite them. They will makan more lah. Okay, and then out of cleaning, out of cooking, like I told you before, beautiful clean kitchen, no more messy, banyak-banyak appliances, just one appliances on top of your kitchen, and then bila bake pun tak sepa, bila you goreng sambal pun, it won't percik-percik apa semua, so no need to lap-lap lah. Okay, and then investing in good healthy is worthwhile lah. So you know when you eat good food, you feel more healthy, and then you promote good health lah. Okay. Okay. Who else needs a Thermomix? So if you're a chef, if you're not a chef, also you need a Thermomix. Even chef, professional chef, 5-star Michelin chef pun use a Thermomix to make their sauce, to make their soup, sebab it will come up with a very good texture. Okay, and then busy professionals who likes to eat at home. Sorry. So if you're busy, kalau you kena pergi kerja, bila you balik kerja kadang penat kan. So with Thermomix you just have to put the ingredients and then you terus boleh tinggal lah. You boleh terus tinggal and then you pergi mandi ke macam-macam lah. Okay, and people with who is health conscious. So kalau you nak jenis orang yang jaga gula you, jaga the ingredients that you eat, so Thermomix is for you. Okay, and then cooking enthusiasts, friends who can't cook, or someone who loves to cook but don't have any idea what to cook, families, and then also elderly lah, especially elderly sebab kalau masak dekat stove, they have to stand there for hours and hours, kena kacau, and then you know, bila elderly ni dah sakit elbow, sakit lutut. So with Thermomix, they can just put the ingredients and then let it cook and they can sit comfortably on the chair. Okay, so a big thank you for everyone who joined us dari pagi tadi sampai sekarang, and I hope you enjoy the show. If you need any more questions, you can contact your advisor, and I hope your advisor will follow up with you after this. Okay, if you need a Thermomix, now is the time. It will only be 3 working days if you're in Semenanjung. In Sabah and Sarawak, maybe it will take about 5 to 7 days lah, but still quite fast now. Okay, so get your Thermomix, eat at home. You know, now macam we are still in the pandemic season. There are still more ada new variant lah semua sekarang kan. Oh, sorry. Ada new variant lah apa semua sekarang kan. So make sure to eat at home as much as you can lah. Okay, now I'm going to pass around to all my advisors to show the final product, and that's all from us. Thank you so much, and for those celebrating next week, Merry Christmas to you. Bye.
Hi everyone, so this is my upside down peach and plum cake. So you could actually eat it with ice cream or whipped cream, and they suggested to put some Greek style yogurt. So I'm just gonna dig in. I'll eat on your behalf. Merry Christmas. Bye. Thanks for joining us today. Mom.
Oh, okay. The one that I baked just got ready and it's still hot. So I try. Look,
Oh, wow.
what I need to do now is just dip it in chocolates like this. This is the one that my daughter did a few days ago. Ni bodoh sikit lah. So bear with me, ni 2-year-old toddler yang buat. So you can dip it in chocolate by the side. Decorate with I have cranberries and some chocolate sprinkles here. You can do this and then it will just look like a cute little wreath. So the one that I make is slightly smaller. You can see the texture and the pattern of the cookies is really obvious. So this is what you want. So what you can do is you can pack it individually. If you want to give it away to friends, family, or neighbors, you can do that. They're gonna love it. My neighbors, I think they love me so much lah, because every time I experiment, whatever I do, I cannot finish what I do, right? So, and I don't want to eat all of it. Otherwise, my waste will go this way. So I share with all my neighbors. Today I will knock. Okay, I have cake today for you. Thank you. Bye. Tomorrow I knock. Today I have cookies for you. Okay, thank you. Bye. So they love it. They also have kids, so I make sure I do kids friendly things for them. And yeah, you can also bond with your neighbors. Who knows? If your neighbors is a pain in the ass, maybe after this you become good friends. Another thing I want to show you is the bread that I make, a bun. I know this is off topic, but I just want to show lah sikit bagi I time kejap Azureen. This is the bun, the burger bun. My daughter requested one day at 3 p.m. She said, Mama, I want to eat burger tonight. Where can I buy burger bun? 3 p.m. and we usually have dinner by 6 o'clock. So my family eats dinner very early. So with Thermomix, I whip up burger bun in less than 2 hours. Look, and I keep it in the fridge because we don't usually eat a lot of breads at one go. So this is the burger bun I break in less than 2 hours. This is possible. And the kneading time for this recipe is only 10 minutes. So if I use my mixer yang hot pink yang gila mahal tu kan, KitchenAid tu, if I want to knead a dough, I need at least half an hour, at least 25 to 30 minutes to reach window pane. They call it a window pane stage. And you don't need that with Thermomix. It's only 10 minutes. Some recipes even lesser, only takes 5 minutes of you to knead a whole loaf of bread. So that's why ever since I get my Thermomix, I make buns, I make bread. So this is burger buns. Just want to show you guys. Okay, so thank you for your time. I think Farah can show us her drink.
Wah, you guys, seorang makan cake, seorang biscuits. Like
Makan ni.
like we're in the bakery now. So jom kita buka bakery sama-sama. So now I'm gonna show you my hot chocolate, hazelnut hot chocolate drink. Okay. See, I put some marshmallow on it. See the marshmallow? Sekarang hujan kat Kelantan, so it's very perfect drink for me to drink during the rainy season. I'm
Very
gonna share
nice,
my screen.
Farah.
Yeah, let's have some. All right,
That's
thank
a
you
cookie.
everybody for joining us today. And my prayers always goes to the flood victim. And for those who are celebrating Christmas this upcoming 25th, Merry Christmas to all of you. All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.